good girl. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, you guys. I don't know if anybody was watching before, but it was on for about 3 minutes. And then, you know how technology works sometimes. It went away. So we're starting the show all over again. This is the Portrait Profit Show. And my name is Jim Landers. I'm the host of the Portrait Profit Show, where we talk about the business side of photography. This is designed to help you gain a mastery over marketing and sales because it's going to reduce the amount of struggles that most photographers face. Because I want you to finally get what you deserve. This show's for photographers who feel they've got something to learn on the business side. So if that's you, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Portrait Profit Show. The Portrait Profit Show is brought to you by Digital Pro Lab and Landers Photography School. For Digital Pro Lab, Amanda and her wonderful, amazing team, they are going to make you look like a hero. And it's because Amanda hires good quality people who love what they do. They're not just there for a paycheck. They are career people who love what they do. And that's why just the side effect is that you come off looking like a hero to your clients. Your prints look great. You have great customer service. Yep. Go to digitalprolab.com. Put that on the screen right now. Digitalprolab.com. So you can see the difference that Amanda and Digital Pro Lab, Amanda and her wonderful team at Digital Pro Lab can do for you. Digitalprolab.com. And show's also brought to you by Landers Photography School. That's my company. And I teach both the photography side and the business side. I've written over 250 different classes. So chances are I've got something that's for you. But with that many, it probably tells you he knows how to write a class. So yeah, I do private classes. And I often write something specific for that individual if it's needed. If it's not, well then, hey, great. Either way. I encourage you to take advantage of this on the screen right now. Go to calendly.com/photoschool/15MIN for a free private session with me to talk about you, talk about your goals, where you're headed. Maybe I can help you in that direction. But the only way you'll know if I can help is if you take advantage of this free private session. Do a screenshot of it right now so you can get to that easily. As I'm taking it off the screen. I might bring it back, but I'm taking it off the screen for now because there's other stuff I want to do. I encourage you to make comments and ask questions throughout the discussion. I want you to go over to the comment section right now and enter in #live so that I know you're watching us live today, either on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or YouTube or Simulcast to several different places. For those that are watching the replay, though, I want you to enter in #replay. I also request that you share the Portrait Profit Show. Other photographers will benefit from this, and it doesn't harm you to let them know. It elevates you to let them know. So share the Portrait Profit Show. That's how other people find out about it. That's how you found out about it. Someone shared it with you. And as we go through today's lesson, if you hear something you like, click that like button or the love button, or if it's funny, click the laugh button. I don't really want to see the angry buttons though, but if that's appropriate, it's there for you. But definitely interact with me. I'm watching. I like those likes. I like those loves. Today we're talking about referral system. You know, referrals aren't going to happen with enough regularity unless you purposefully make it easy for people to refer you. My mother, a retired elementary school teacher, once asked me, "Why do you spend any money on advertising? Word of mouth is better and it doesn't cost anything." Well, how do you get word of mouth advertising? I'm not asking her that. I'm asking you guys that. How do you get word of mouth advertising? It's not like you're making it happen. You're not forcing them to do a Google review or a Facebook comment. You can't control it. It happens, and you're grateful when it does. There's other times when it doesn't, and you thought, "Oh, they even said they were going to do it, and they didn't." But what you can do is take control over creating an environment where it is much more likely to happen. And that is what this lesson is all about. As you likely know, there will be people who will never be your client, but who like you, they both like you and your work. These people are often happy to refer you to others, despite the fact that they'll never work with you, as long as you make it easy for them to do so. Imagine your clients leaving every interaction with your business feeling like they just had a VIP rock star experience. What if every moment with you made them feel like the most important person in the world at that moment? Well, that's the foundation of referrals, if you're doing it right. People talk about what makes them feel special or bothered. We're not going to talk about the bothered part, but if you make them feel like a rock star, they will sing your praises to others. Let me talk about two different definitions, very similar, about what referral marketing really is. This first one comes from Wikipedia. Referral marketing is a method of promoting products or services to new customers through referrals, usually through word of mouth. Such referrals often happen spontaneously, but businesses can influence through appropriate strategies. Spotify. They say referral marketing, sometimes also called word of mouth marketing, is just people purchasing products based on someone else's opinion or influence. It's a powerful marketing channel because people trust the opinions of others in their lives and people they respect, whether that be family, friends, social media influencers, or maybe a big star. That's what Spotify said. You buy from people and businesses that you like. If you don't like them, you don't do business with them. You take advice from people that you like. So it's reasonable to conclude that people tend to be influenced by and trust the same things that their friends like, the same things that the people who influence them like. Few enjoy a sales pitch from a slick salesperson. Most of us are uncomfortable. Others are totally repelled by a slick salesperson. But with referral marketing, that sales message comes from someone we know, appreciate, and trust. Referrals are not just from family or friends or business associates and others who are relatively close to us. They also come from sources that we totally are unaware of, will never become aware of, but they feel like they can trust, like a public figure, a news report, reviews, testimonials, etc. But you cannot just expect referrals to happen. You must give them an environment to thrive in. Texas Tech University did a study a while back that said 83% of customers say they're willing to provide referrals or reviews after a positive brand experience. 83% say they will do it, but only 29% actually do. Again, that's of those who said they would do it. It doesn't include those who didn't say they would do it. I'm sure that number's lower. Now, if this sounds interesting to you, I want you to go to the comments right now and enter in, "This is going to be good," or "I'm ready," or just the word ready. Let me know that you're here, that you're watching, that you're hearing this, and that you want more of this. So you think this is going to be beneficial to you at this point in your business life, in your personal life. What we're going to be doing is creating and implementing your referral marketing program. Not just talking about it, I want you to do it. You're going to embed referral and reviews into every aspect of the client experience, giving them lots of reasons, lots of moments, lots of times to be able to give you these good reviews, these testimonials, these reasons to refer you. Chapter 1. I want you to evaluate the current buying experience of your portrait photography service. I want you to look at it from the client's perspective. And I want you to ask, what would they share with people they know? Where is the wow factor? Let's talk about the wow factor. It's something you've probably heard me say before if you've been watching the show, but the wow factor is an important variable. Here's what it looks like in real life. Let's give an example. You start visiting with your client with a warm welcome. You greet your clients with a smile. You use their name. You make them feel comfortable and comforted. You listen attentively, not to respond, but to understand, because that's what listening actually is. I see people using the word listening just to mean that they weren't talking during. It's not what listening is. Listening is with the intent to understand. You're not listening if that's not your intent. So you're listening attentively, not obvious needs, but also their dreams and their plans. Take notes if you need to. I do. And I also use AI note-taking tools. So whichever's more appropriate for that particular time. Communicate with clarity, without jargon. Speak in ways that they are going to understand. And always be transparent about your services and your fees. This is nothing to surprise them with at the end. Then, offer personalized solutions that are tailored to their goals. Now, this still has to be within what you do. We're not going we really don't go outside of your norm much. If you have to and you want to, great. But for the most part, you're doing what it is that you know to be the right way, to be the best way, to give them what it is that you're promising, the best. And if they're asking for something that is not the way you do it, not the way you do it the best, then either you need to find a way to make that happen, or you point them in the direction of what you feel best is. Either way, you're offering them personalized solutions that are tailored to their goals. These small touches create the kind of rock star service that your clients can help but tell others about. You know, for more about rockstar service, watch Portrait Profits episode number 118. That's the one we did on May 22nd, 2023. So number 118. And you can go back and look at those. Probably the easiest way is to go to the Portrait Profits YouTube channel to find that. But it's called Rocks. In fact, let me tell you what the actual name is. Making your clients feel like a rock star. That's episode number 118. This also directly ties into your ideal client. If you're working with people who drain your energy, you will never feel like creating these wow moments for them. You'll feel like getting through it as quickly as possible, with as little more friction as possible. That's not powerful. You have got to do a good job. You know, when you go to the store, you don't just buy one of everything. You're picky. You choose the ones that suit what you're trying to accomplish, the things that you need to get what you want done. Well, guys, why would you not do your clients in the exact same way? Choose those who are perfect for what you're doing, exactly what it is that you want, those who bring you joy, who fill your creative energy tank. That's the way you get to success. By accepting every single job that comes along, that doesn't even make sense. In the surface, and when someone's new or if they haven't studied this, that actually does make sense, because that's what I did when I started. But the most powerful referrals come from clients who energize you. In other words, your ideal clients. You know what? If you're familiar with my lesson titled The Art of Attracting Your Ideal Client, then I recommend that you review that one. If you're not, well, then go watch it. It's episode number 105. That was done on February 20th, 2023. And so you might remember the FUSE principle. And if you don't, let me explain that to you. FUSE, F-U-S-E, F stands for focus. U stands for understand. S stands for specialize, and E stands for efficient. So focusing on your ideal clients makes it easier to understand what delights them, specialize your services for them, and efficiently deliver consistent wow experiences that they're going to rave about. Chapter 2. You want your client process, all the steps that you do, client facing and otherwise, to be share worthy. You want wow moments, but at least you want share worthy. And you may put them in the exact same category because they have the exact same intent. Create a share worthy experience for your clients. Think about how you can make each step of the client process awesome for both you and for both your client and for you. Now, you guys, if you've been watching this show, you know that I recommend that you write out what your client experience is. What is it that they do to start business with you? What is it that they do during the process? What are the things that they experience, either with you or without, but it's part of the client process that they go through while working with you? What are all those steps? You have to write them down. I recommend that you illustrate them so that you can point at it when you're doing a presentation. But think about how you can make each step of the client process awesome for both your client and for you. Think about ways that you can add a wow factor that causes your client at each stage of the experience with you to feel compelled to share it. With the above in mind, brainstorm ideas to give your client share-worthy experiences. Now, when would those be? Right at first, it may be just an email response or a text response, a telephone response. It may be your planning session, what I call a design consultation. Maybe it's the confirmation of that design consultation or that planning session. Maybe it's after the planning session. Maybe it's during the planning session itself. It could be related to the session itself. A session confirmation, the photography session itself, what is happening afterwards. If you have a portrait selection consultation, which if you are an in-service, in-person sales photographer, but just means that you hold their hand as you go through the process. It means that you're more hands-on. It means that you have to invest more time. And some people, would say that they care more. Maybe, but I don't know that the person who's not doing in-person sales would feel that way. But you do have to care a lot in order to go through this process, because there's a lot to learn in an in-person sales presentation. And there's a lot of photographers that do start to learn it, but realize there's a lot of stuff in it. It's not hard. It just takes some getting used to. And so if they feel like it's a little bit hard, they kind of back away from it. And because it's time consuming. So I understand when people don't do it. And it's not the right tool for some photographers. For family portrait photographers, there's really not a good excuse for not doing that. Maybe mini sessions, but regular sessions, handhold them through the process. This isn't something to do all the time. And this is something that's going to go on their wall where their friends and family are going to see it. Help them. You are supposed to be the expert. Why make them the expert? They don't do this every day. So the portrait selection consultation, where they have an opportunity to see the photographs. By the way, I do that in their home with a projector, and I project in the space where that photograph is going to be displayed so they can see it full size. So there's a wow factor, but there's wow factors put in through the entire process. When they're deciding what it is that they want after the portrait selection consultation, what are you going to do there? You can throw in lots of wow or share worthy opportunities. What about the pickup when they come pick up their images, or maybe you deliver them, or maybe you mail them? If you mail them, you could encourage them to create an unboxing video that you can post on Facebook or YouTube, or they can post on Facebook or YouTube. They could, I recommend that you wrap portrait deliveries like the luxury gifts that they are, and include a handwritten thank you note and a quality assurance statement. By the way, if you've taken my class called Essential Statements, then you know what that means. There's approximately 14 to 18 statements that photographers need to make. Now, they're not using them constantly all the time, but they are prepared and ready to go. But these need to be done. This is part of your success path. They're easy to do. It doesn't take long at all to do them. But it is something that has to be done. It is, if let's picture a road without any signs, without any guardrails, without any paint on the road itself. That's how most photographers are running their business. We need lots of statements. You've heard me say 5 of them often, because I talk about the 5 workspace statements, the ones that you put in your environment. That's the mission, the vision, the value statement, the target market, and your compelling description. Those are the 5 workspace statements that I believe should be in your work environment, so you are constantly being influenced by them. And then after the job is done, what are you doing after you've mailed it to them, or after they have come to pick it up? Of course, some photographers are full service. Not very many, but there's some that are full service, where they actually deliver to the home and install the photographs on the wall. That's what full service means, just in case you didn't know. Full service means the client does no work. There's no potential for them to do any work, because you're doing everything that a photographer can do. It's all a choice, but it's stuff that a photographer can do. If you ask yourself, would this moment make a client pull out their phone and share it? And the answer is yes, you're on the right track. That doesn't mean don't evaluate it. Doesn't mean don't improve it, but you're definitely on the right track. If you feel they're going to react by pulling out their phone, photographing it, or posting about it, you're on the right track, because that's what you want to happen. You want them encouraged. You want them to feel compelled to share this wow moment, the shareable, share-worthy experience that you have engineered and made part of your process. By the way, if you hear something that you like, click that like button. I can see that a handful of you have. I have a monitor that shows certain things. So of the 8 places that were simulcast, it only shows me 4. I don't know why it's only showing me 4, but it only shows me 4. And it shows me how many people have clicked the like button or clicked the love button. But it only shows me the channel that has the most. And so the channel with the most likes is only 3. Are you guys not liking this? Well, if you're liking it, there's a like button or a love button. Each time you hear something you like, click that button. Let me know that you're watching. If you haven't already, enter in hashtag live. That causes me to know that you're watching this show live. You guys feeling this? You feeling it? Write the word yes in the comments section. I'm feeling this. This is good. Tell me more. I'm going to tell you next about how to make it easy to be referred. We'll start off with your website, your social media presence, your online presence. I want you to add social sharing badges throughout your site. And just in case you don't know what a social sharing badge is, these are the links or badges that are small clickable icons for Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, etc., your website, your email, that allow visitors to instantly share your webpage or specific service page, a landing page, on their own social media or to their own friends or DM'd to their friends. You want them sharing what it is that you do. If you haven't created a share-worthy experience, they're not going to. But if they think what you're doing is really cool, they won't, they'll have to. They'll feel compelled to share it with the people they love and know and appreciate, who would also appreciate what it is that you're doing. I also recommend something that is, well, I recommend creating a hashtag that clients can use. Hashtags don't have the same marketing power that they once had. However, it makes it easy for you to search your tags. For instance, I sometimes ask my podcast viewers, you guys, to enter in hashtag handout if you want the day's handout. So for every single one of these episodes that I do, this is episode number 242. That means there's 242 handouts available. All you have to do is ask for them, and I send it to you. Now, I do charge for it, sort of. I send it to you with an invoice, and if you like it, if you want to pay for it, great. If you don't. If you can't afford it, don't pay it. I'm not going to track it. I won't know. I want it in your hands more than I want the $10 that I'm charging for it. So that's why I do it that way. If you forget, so what? Again, I'm not tracking it. I won't even know. But what happens when I ask you to enter in hashtag handout in the comments? Afterwards, I can search the hashtag handout, and I can see every one of you who have asked for it. I don't have to go searching through all these endless places and forget one of them. No, I just enter in hashtag handout, and I can see everyone that wanted one. Yeah, that easy. My main hashtag that I use on all my stuff is hashtag uplifting photographers. Uplifting photographers. Even if I'm just making a comment photography related, I enter in at the bottom of the post hashtag uplifting photographers. All right, enough about hashtags. I want you to, this next step, I want you to create an information card. Kind of like a business card, but big, really big. Like 4x6 minimum, 5x7 probably be better, 6x9 max. This is a hard card, two-sided. This will have referral language. It will have images. It will have testimonials. It will have your call to action, your CTA. So create an information card. It's a digital process, a digital card, press card that you can order from Digital Pro Lab very easily. In fact, I'd go there first, check out what the dimensions are so that you know what the spacing is, what it needs, what they need, because you can accidentally go over the edge. So make sure that you're paying attention. It's real easy, but you need to pay attention. So go to Digital Pro Lab and go to their digital press products. The next is be visible. In addition to an online presence, be where your clients are. Attend events where your target market is, and hand out these information cards that you've just created. I want you to brainstorm where that might be. Where are your clients going? What are they doing? Put yourself in their path. Next, encourage Instagram stories, tags, TikTok behind the scenes clips, Facebook reels of delivery day. Make it turnkey by giving clients a share kit, your handle, your hashtags, and even a ready to post caption. Make it easy for them, because when you remove the friction, you're going to watch your referrals grow. And by the way, if they're sitting there talking with you and they're enjoying what they're doing and it seems like they've got all the time in the world, ask them to do it right now. They're they'll be more than happy to. You can say something like, you know, while you're thinking of it, because I know you're busy and you've got 1,000,001 things going on, and this isn't, while you're here, it might be a priority, but when you leave, it's going to be, picking up milk on the way home. It's going to be doing laundry. It's going to be other things. So would you mind right now going to Facebook, going to Google, going to Yelp, and making a testimonial about how you feel about this what we've done here today? Again, removing the friction causes referrals to grow. Is this resonating with you? If it is, go to the comments section and enter in yes. Let me know. Tell me. I want to know what's going on. Hit that like button. Hit that love button. Let me know that you're watching and you're hearing what I'm saying, that you appreciate what I'm saying. Nice. Chapter 4. When you set out on a road trip, you know where it is you're going. You've picked the destination. You've planned your route. Now, it may be that you're doing it last second and using GPS, but still, you're planning a route because you know where you're going. Maybe you've even looked at the best places to stop along the way if it's a long enough drive. I'm thinking Buc-ee's as I'm saying that, but there's also restaurants that I might pass by that I want to stop at. You're driving with purpose. Shouldn't it be the same way with your photography business? Milestones don't appear by chance. Most of them were planned. Not always with perfect timing, but with clear intention. You envisioned the kind of business that you wanted, at least hopefully you have. You saw signs in your mind before they showed up in real life. Your first dream client, getting your pricing right. By the way, if you need help with these things, it's what I do. Let me know. I'll put up that address one more time just in case. So you've got your pricing right. You're hearing a client cry tears of joy when they see their portraits. And that's the best feeling. Those things aren't random. They're part of the path you chose. Some of these moments may surprise you. Maybe a collaboration you didn't expect. A challenge that led to a new strength. But even those had meaning because of the path you chose. The real opportunity here is to design milestones before you start. Look ahead and say, that's where I want to be next. That's the thing I want to grow into. And then take steps that cause you to go into that direction. Choose the roads that get you to where you're going. It means you have to define where you're going. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, I don't really know what I want. You probably know what you don't want. Start there. And I bet you anything, there are things you do know that you want. Sure, it's not complete. It may never be complete. You're always going to be adding and changing things. As you're driving, if you have enough time, you might stop somewhere. If you don't have enough time, then even though that's a good thing, that it doesn't help you get to where you're going, and so you pass right on by. But if you don't start defining what you are trying to accomplish, where you're headed, then you can't tell the difference. You're going to do all those good things. This approach lets you notice the momentum before and while it's happening. Instead of waiting for a big event to call it progress, you experience growth every single day, every single movement, every choice you make. Every step of the journey becomes energizing, not just the destination. You already do this. You set a goal to streamline your workflow, and every small improvement moves you closer. You decide to improve your client communication, and each clear, confident message confirms you're making progress. You raise your prices, and each successful booking at your new rate validates the direction you're headed. Those things aren't flukes. They're earned outcomes. they are milestones, but they're because you mapped them out. The more clearly you define the road ahead, the more rewarding each stop becomes. Keep your hands on the wheel, your eyes on the road, and your creative energy tank full. You're not hoping to arrive. You're arriving at the destinations you planned on purpose. I'm sure you have some thoughts, some ideas, some experiences that you have had. I'd love to hear your stories. Go over to the comments section and let me hear those. By the way, if you want this handout today, you can enter in either hashtag handout. By the way, if you haven't entered in hashtag live already, do that and separate it. Hashtag live on one post, hashtag handout on a different post. But the hashtag handout is if you want this. Now, if you'd prefer not to let everybody know that you want it, or you'd prefer to get it via email, okay, jim@portraitprofits.com. Just send me an email, jim@portraitprofits.com, and enter something that causes me to know which one. You know, when you're entering in the hashtag handout, you're doing it on the post that is this message. So I know exactly which one it is that you want. But if you're sending me an email, I might not know which one that you want. And so if you want today's, you just put in today's title, which is Referral Marketing System. You could just put referral. I'll know what you mean. Chapter 5. Reviews and testimonials. People trust what other clients say more than what you say. Most of your past clients would refer you, but unfortunately, most never get around to it. So you've got to be proactive. Encourage reviews on Google, Facebook. In some areas, Yelp is beneficial. I'm in San Antonio. Yelp is kind of irrelevant. It may be okay for restaurants, but it's really not doing anything for most anybody else. Besides, Yelp is not very good to their businesses. And so there's a lot of business owners that really don't want to have anything to do with Yelp. But in some areas, it is beneficial. So consider if it is in your area. Encourage written testimonials. Automate it and have them email it. I want you to write a referral request letter where you are asking them for referral, someone else who they know who would benefit from what it is you do. I want you to draft a letter that would be coming from them. So a letter that's designed to be from a client that they can easily send to their friends. Again, you are just reducing any of the difficult steps that they may go through, the ones that they feel that are difficult. So you're removing friction. Here's a bonus step. Use Google Analytics to track referral sources. Google Analytics. Now, let's talk about the implementation of Google Analytics. So this is Google Analytics 4 or GA4. You can review this data under Reports, Acquisition, Traffic Acquisition, Referral. I'll repeat that just in case you need to write that down. This is where you find it, Google Analytics. Under Reports, click on Reports, then under Acquisition, then under Traffic Acquisition, then under Referral. This shows a list of the domains that are sending you traffic. Using this information, you can collaborate with the top referrers or craft targeted campaigns so that you can grow the engagement that you're getting from those domain names, those locations, those sources. You want to review the collection flow, your collection of referrals. Ask face-to-face at delivery. Ask face to face when you visit with them the first time. Ask over the phone or however you are visiting with them to begin with. How did you hear about me? Write it down. Track this stuff because you will start to notice that there are certain places that are really working well for you and others that just aren't. So maybe you need to make some tweaks to those that aren't, but maybe you also need to enhance the ones that are, making them even better. When someone does reach out to you, they don't always do business with you right away. So you want to follow up relatively soon. How soon? It depends on what it is that you're doing and what different variables that you guys have discussed. But I'd say at least within 48 hours, if not sooner. Maybe it's just an email, maybe it's a text. However it is that they reached out to you to begin with, respond in kind. Those who don't or feel uncomfortable writing a testimonial, offer to draft one for them. I've done this many times. They're saying, "Yeah, I do that, but I always get to the point where I'm there, I'm ready to go, and I don't know what to say." And you can say, "You know what? You made such an impression on me. I'm going to remember everything you said because it made me feel so good. Do you mind if I write it down and send it to you? Now you don't have to use it, the way I send it. You can make adjustments to it, but you can use that because I'm remembering it. It's clear to me because it's making me feel so good. Do you mind if I, write that down and email it to you, or text it to you, or DM it to you, send it to you, so that you can use that to help you write your testimonial?" And everybody says yes to that. And once you do that, they're highly likely to make that testimonial because you took the effort. Maybe you even sweeten the deal. A print credit for reviews posted within a day or two. Reviews are referrals, just in public. They shape how others perceive you before you've even met. If you don't define how you want to be perceived, clients are going to do it for you. So ask yourself, what do I want people to say about me in this review? And then deliver that experience. So that's what they say about you in their review. Now, here's one way to help with this. This is going into a specific. It's not general and about referrals. This is using one particular tool. This is chapter 6. I want you to write thank you notes, handwritten thank you notes, multiple ones. I want you to pre-write these so that you have a template. So prepare general thank you notes for every appropriate step of your client sales process, from the first discussion to the product delivery and beyond. I also recommend that you design your own custom thank you cards. You can get them printed at Digital Pro Lab. So create your own. It could be some of your artwork on the front cover and maybe blank on the inside so you have plenty of room to write your message. But that's going to make you proud to send some of your art. They're going to feel proud. And you know what? You probably won't be surprised by this. Several times I've been in their home and I saw it with a magnet connected to the refrigerator. Yeah. That's when you know it's working. But if you don't do it that way, they're not going to have a reason to. They thought the artwork was pretty and they appreciated the message. That combo made it something they did not want to just throw away. Now, eventually they're going to. But at that moment, it was share-worthy. How about after the design consultation? After the photography session, after the portrait selection consultation, the conclusion, that'd be after pickup or after delivery or after installation, depending on how you do business. Maybe you create a letter, a template for yourself that's to someone who has referred business to you that maybe you've never done business with, but you found out that this person referred to you. So you show that appreciation to them. I also believe you need to remember their birthdays, their anniversaries, upcoming graduations. If you're working with a family that has adopted, adoption day. There's a lot of things that's important to them. And because of the type of relationship you have with them as a portrait photographer, those things are important to you as well. One of the things that I recommend to wedding photographers is that they reach out every single anniversary, every one of them. Send them a message. I would recommend either a phone call or a card, a custom card that you print at Digital Pro Lab, and send that and make a new one every single year so that they don't get one that looks like it's the same as the year before. But print those out, have them ready, and every single anniversary, maybe a couple of weeks beforehand, send that to them. Maybe you even spice that up a little bit, sweeten that deal a little bit, and offer a free or reduced session. For weddings, I would have a 1 year free, the first anniversary portrait session. That causes them to remember me and continue to work with me. They don't usually have a family just yet. So therefore, for the family portrait work that I evolved into doing only, that was very beneficial for making that happen. Maybe create a custom birthday message, custom promotions that are mailed, create anniversary messages, pre-schedule notes for client trips, vacations, post trips. So they tell you they're going to go somewhere. Make a note to yourself and an action. Maybe you pre-write an email that goes out the day before saying, I hope you have a great trip to wherever they told you they were going. And then have a welcome back on the date they're coming back, maybe the day after that, where you have that automated. These micro moment touches are going to help referrals stick. They're going to help you be remembered in their minds. You could think something like you've got coffee waiting for their consultation. I don't mean already poured it in the cup because then it's going to get cold too fast, but ready to go. So they smell that when they come in. Maybe a holiday ornament that you've created that you're handing out to your clients, or maybe one that's customized specifically for them with their portrait on it. By the way, you can do that also at Digital Pro Lab. That's why I'm bringing it up. And so a personalized holiday Christmas ornament, or even a quick personalized thank you video message. So maybe that's using a product called Marco Polo or Bonjoro. There are others. I've used Bonjoro in the past. I use Marco Polo now. These touches, they're small. They are, but they're causing your client to feel important. So they feel big in the heart of a client. And that's exactly how you want them to feel, because that is how you feel about them. So you want them to feel the way you feel. Let's talk about some homework. Evaluate the current buying experience of your portrait photography service. The next is create a share-worthy experience for your clients for every step of the process. The next, create an information card. This is 4 by 6 inches up to 6 by 9 inches. If you already have one, just review it. Next, make a list of organizations or groups or events where you need to be seen, because that is where your target market will see you. You'll cross paths with them. Make a list of what motivates your target market and what their preferences are. I also want you to check out apps and software available to make the referral process automated. Write a referral request letter. Write a letter from a client to their friend. Write thank you notes after the design consultation, after the photography session, after the portrait selection consultation, and etc. Create a birthday message, create a birthday promotion, maybe an anniversary message, maybe an anniversary promotion. Create your own referral marketing procedure manual. By the way, if you've done all these things, then creating that manual is easy because you've got all the parts and you just put it in a logical order. Put it all in a 3-ring binder if you want. This can be done on your computer. You can make folders and put everything in there. I do that. I also have lots of, I'm looking around, I don't know, I think there's 40 something binders, 3-ring binders in my work environment here. Something I want you to do every day. I call it Smile and Dial. Using your database and maybe a special offer that you have, call a minimum number of people daily. Maybe that's 3 people. Maybe that's 10. But if you call 10 people every work day, you're calling 50 people a week. Are you going to get business with all of them? No. But you are going to cause yourself to stay in their minds. So this also matters. The number matters, should be related to how many people do you have in your database. And if you don't have a database, yeah, here's your request to do that. Make a database. If you only have 200 people in your database, then you don't need to call every single person on your database every 20 days. That would be overkill. So reduce that number in that instance. But if you've got 1,000, okay, now you're talking. If you've got 5,000, well, 10 a day is going to be about right. Maybe it's 5 a day. You determine what that number is per day, and you make the number of calls per day, and you document them. Track your work. I also have a marketing Facebook group, and you're welcome to join it. It's called EM Facebook group. It stands for Essential Marketing. Essential Marketing. It's under Facebook groups. Some basic information. I think you need to have a client relationship management program. So yeah, you can just have a database using an Excel file, but it's not what I recommend. A dedicated client relationship management program. There are tools available for low volume photographers, such as Dubsado, Honeybook, Tave. I'm not sure I'm saying that right. TAVE, Sprout Studio, Pixify, Studio Ninja. There's a bunch of them. I've probably forgotten ones that I really like, but there's some right there. Automation ensures that you're never going to miss a chance to surprise or thank or follow up. So get a CRM program. If you don't have one already, it takes a little bit of time to figure out what all of them do. They're all relatively similar, but you can reach out to me to help you find one. But some are choosing based on price. You can find them, $20 to $40 a month, but you can also find them at $200, $300, $400, $500 and up per month. So there's a wide range of pricing for what photographers need. It's usually in the $50 or less per month category. So in most cases, very affordable, and it's going to it's going to make so much more money than that amount that you spend, that it's just a smart choice. And I just realized the time. I guess I need to pay attention to that. And so I hope that you're getting something out of this lesson today. If so, tell me in the comments, or hit that like button, hit that love button. And remember, as always, there's a handout for every single one of these sessions. All you got to do is let me know that you want it. So you could send me an email, jim@portraitprofits.com, or you can enter in hashtag handout in the comments. All right, we're almost done. Just closing thoughts left, and then I'm going to tell you what's coming up. By the way, there's some cool stuff coming up, so stick around for that. I love hearing how what you're doing, what you're implementing that I've been sharing about is helping you, so it makes it worthwhile to me. So I want you to comment in the comment some thoughts or ideas or experiences that you've had. Closing thoughts. Referrals happen, but they can be enhanced to be a fantastic marketing tool when you have a well thought out design for this. marketing tool. Bottom line is you buy from people that you like. You take advice from people you like. So it's reasonable to conclude that people tend to trust the same things their friends like. So make yourself easy to refer. Create experiences that are impossible not to share. Reward clients for helping you grow. And remember, a steady flow of little wows makes your clients loyal for life. Today, something as simple as a handwritten note is rare enough to set you apart from the competitors. So stack those little wows, and soon you'll have clients who feel like rock stars, and they will be telling everyone about you. Referrals are not luck. They're one of your most powerful, profitable marketing systems. And if you need help with any of these suggestions that I'm giving you or other business related things, my private sessions are available for you to take advantage of. And so I've already told you about one. I'll put it up on the screen one last time and get started right now. Put yourself on my calendar. You'll go to my calendar. You'll just choose a time that's open. I want to share with you a couple of things that are coming up. Digital Pro Lab is going to have a special event on both Friday and Saturday of this week because KEH will be coming to Digital Pro Lab. So that's Friday, the 24th, Saturday, the 25th, both days. Just bring your gear, the stuff that you want to sell, the stuff you want to get rid of. They will make an offer on it and pay you. And if you want to use that as a credit towards your products, the prints and et cetera that you would buy from Digital Pro Lab, they're going to add 10% to it. And so let's say you bring in gear for $1,000, you're going to have $1,100 credit with Digital Pro Lab. So take advantage of that deal. That's a fantastic deal. And if you're in the greater San Antonio area on Sunday, so this coming Sunday, a week from yesterday, if you're in the San Antonio area, or you feel like you might be, we've got a fun event coming on. This will be the 13th annual San Antonio Photo Tournament. Now, if you're thinking golf tournament, it's kind of a competition, but this has lightweight competition, but this is fun. This is a diversion. This is not to find out who the best photographer in the area is. This is just to get together and photograph different things going on at the location we'll be at, which is O.P. Schnabel Park out on Bandera Road, almost a 1604. And it'll be 8 o'clock in the morning is when we begin. But you do have to get tickets ahead of time. In fact, let me put that. I've got a QR code that I can put up for that. So that's up on your screen right now. Just use your cell phone in the camera app and then click on the link that pops up. But that's where you'll get more information. You can also enter in San Antonio Photo Tournament in Facebook, and you'll see that Facebook page with additional information. If you're on meetup.com, there's also a place there where you'll find more information. That's on Photo SA is the name of the group. Photo SA is the name of the group on Meetup that will have that information. It is also available on Eventbrite. So several places where the tickets are being sold. This will be, again, a fun event. You bring your camera. This is an instant gratification photography tournament. So you don't come with photographs. You don't submit photographs. It's not a popularity contest. You go in with your camera and anticipation. We hand you a handout that has all the 15 categories, and you can compete as many of them as you want to, but you'll have the next 3 or so hours to be able to walk around the park, which is an incredible park. It's a pretty park, and just create the images you want to and submit the ones that you want. Now you will have to submit them online. So therefore you'll need to, use your phone for that. There is cell service there. There's not Wi-Fi, but there is cell service. And so you'll have to know how to get your images from your camera to your phone. And if you don't know how to do that already, Google it. It's not difficult at all. So Figure out how to do that so that you're prepared for the event. It's quick, it's easy. We're going to judge the images and we'll announce the winners before you leave. And there's prizes. So put that on your calendar. That's this Sunday. It's beginning at 8 o'clock. We'll be done by 1 or 2 in the afternoon, probably 2. But this is the 13th annual San Antonio Photo Tournament this Sunday, October 26th at O.P. Schnabel Park. And what a pretty place it is. And a great place to spend time doing what you love with others who love it too. So that's where you can, that's how you can participate in that. All right. I also want to tell you about the upcoming shows. As you know, the Portrait Profit show happens every single Monday. And so let's talk about next week's show. 1 week from today, we're going to be, oh, I don't have that on the, let's bring it up. There it is. This is October 27th at noon. And this one is called the Business Health Checkup for Portrait Photographers. There we go. Your portraits, priceless. But is your business set up to take you where you want to go? Not most. So this business health checkup for portrait photographers is going to help you know what's working and find out what is holding you back. Put it on your calendar. 1 week from today at noon, portrait photography business health checkup. 1 week from today, October 27th. So this lesson, you've learned how to turn happy clients into your greatest source of new business. Remember, referrals are heavily influenced by your consistency, your care, and you're creating experiences that people feel compelled to share. So today, I want you to choose one small thing to implement right away. Maybe it's creating your own customized thank you notes and ordering them from Digital Pro Lab. Maybe it's asking for a testimonial, a review. Maybe it's surprising one client with a little wow. Those small steps, they compound into a lifelong loyalty for the clients you want to work with. And if today's lesson has helped you see your business from a new angle or a new perspective, or able to open your eyes into a new direction, I'd love for you to help us reach even more photographers by sharing the Portrait Profit Show with a friend, with a peer. Together, we're building a stronger, more sustainable photography community, one act at a time. As always, keep your focus on creating value, deepening connections, and making your clients feel like rock stars. When you do that, well, success has no choice but to follow. So as we end another show, I hope that the ideas and strategies we've explored today have resonated with you, so you're able to move forward with confidence. You know, the world is waiting for your unique vision and your ability to touch lives through your portraiture. I want you to trust in your talent, believe in the impact you can make, and let your light shine brightly. Seize today as an opportunity to let your passion soar, making the world a more beautiful place, one portrait at a time. Thank you, Lens Legends, for your time, for your attention here today. And thank you for the efforts that you make every day to be such an amazing portrait photographer. Together, we help make each other achieve our goals and make a difference in the world through our passion for portrait photography. For Landers Photography School and Digital Pro Lab, my name is Jim Landers, and I'm bringing you the weekly Portrait Profit Show. And so, until I see you next week, Lens Legends, keep thriving, keep growing, and keep making your long lasting mark in the world. I really do look forward to watching you grow. Bye for now.